So I'm playing with diodes here a little bit, just in a clipper slash limiter configuration type thing. And so right here, right now I have a load resistor, a little signal diode. I'm putting in a 10 volt peak to peak AC sine wave, and I got bias voltage here. Right now the bias voltage is negative bias voltage, so I can actually lower the clipping point on that resistor, diode. So I was just gonna swap this configuration around, go through all the little iterations, and show you what we got. Here's the input signal, and that is that's on channel 2. Don't really need that. Just wanted to show you what we're starting with here. It's a nice sine wave. So what we're getting out right now, there's no bias voltage on, and it's not super clean because it's going to ground through that power supply. But let me turn this off, and then I'm going to center this up a little bit better, maybe make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see on the video there. Okay, so there's our wave, and as you can see, we got the diode forward biased, and it's, as the voltage goes up over 0.7 volts, it's getting shorted to ground, and therefore you lose it. Flat lines till it comes back around again. So I'm going to turn on power supply. It's 4 volts, and you can see basically what we've done is drag that limit way down, so all you're getting is a negative very peak of the sine wave there. So that's a negative bias voltage on that diode that's basically forward biased in the circuit otherwise. So we're bringing that level way down and clipping off just the ends. If I raise the voltage up, you'll see a little bit better picture. There's what you're getting. Alright, so let's look and see what happens if we reverse the bias voltage. There's the full wave again. I'm going to put this in the other way around now, and we got 2 volts bias, and it's pushing the limit way up high. So where it would otherwise be chopping off the whole top half of the wave, anything over 0.7 volts, now it's 0.7 plus 2 volts that it chops off. That's the limit here. Let's see if we can show that. Let's see, there's the bottom peak. Oops, wrong knob. So 5 volts, that's about the middle point of the wave. It's centered up pretty well on the line there. So we're getting 2.8 volts. That's about right. 2 volts bias, and then a 7/10 of a volt for the diode. You'd be right around 5 volts. So there you go. Then we can turn this off and show you with no bias voltage. You're gonna get should be about, let's see what happens. Is this oops, position a little bit. Alright, let's see. We got 10 volts here. So let's put this guy, let's center him up. Make it easier to make our adjustments. Right? Okay. So we're going to have clipping it. There's just a little bit of bias in that. But okay, so let's put this on, I don't know, we'll give it 1 volt. Turn her on. And it just raises the clip. So you can see, you know, basically, if you got like an EQ or a limiting circuit, you got the clip light comes on. That means you're hitting this threshold that you're setting by the bias voltage. So we can turn the diode around, go through the same type of thing. So now we're clipping the bottom of the wave. Let's turn this off. No bias voltage. Alright. And then I can jump her around and clean it up. Just don't forget to take this out. So there's your cleaned up wave. Basically 5.6 volts there, 5.9 or so. So we'll do a positive bias voltage, which will drive this line up. If we have positive voltage pushing on that diode, we'll be able to drive this line up and get down to just the peaks. So let's turn this on. It's 1 volt. Let's go up another volt. There's 2 volts. Another volt. 3 volts. Another volt. 4 volts. You can see what the bias voltage is doing. Alright. Now, turn this off. I'm going to reverse the bias voltage source. Let's see what we can do then. Okay, got the same basic thing, no bias voltage is turned on. Looking at the same basic wave just going through the diode here at ground. Alright, so let's do another 1 volt. Turn this guy on. Another volt. So we're driving this level down, getting more of the negative voltage side of this wave by actually making the threshold voltage on the diode even lower. The more voltage we put into it, the lower it gets, until you're just clipping off just the little peak of the wave. So that's how you can control the biasing of a diode and what waveform you get out. Pretty fun stuff.